We're off again. Combe Martin. And we're off to little Hangman. Dropped his toys. Schoolboy error. Tide's out. Right. Got to go and visit our clients in Minehead. Expo. Let's go. Well, that's nice. Just about make out the rental house. Up we go. Right, he's in the shade. And look down at Newbury Beach, Combe Martin Beach, Combe Martin. So it looks warmer than it is today. It's 20 degrees today. It was 17 when we got up and overcast. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sorry, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's nice and cool. Lovely sea breeze. Before, right, those of you who've been on this walk before will know the first bit. Super steep is super steep. Bit of an archy one on my feet. Pathway to the right. Bailey walking on. Great Hangman 1 3/4. Little Hangman, next destination. I think we're going to do both. Go down to Girt's farm. Come back through the village. Not enough training done for today because I'm out of breath. We'll show you some views along the way. So a little view of Pear Beach. If you ever come this way, is the best beach to go to. Nobody there, ever. Look at that for a view. That's just part of our walk. We're what, 5 minutes in. Okay, it's a huge steep hill to get to this bit. Got some fantastic views. So we've not walked those hills over there. We have walked up that tree line up to the top where that mast is at the top. I don't know if you can make out the mast onto camera. Behind the light green field, which is behind the dark green one with the line that's at that angle. And then we come all the way down to that church, which hopefully you can make out the church. We might do that in a couple of days' time as well. Right, just met a family who have done Little Hangman, so it's obviously passable today, and why wouldn't it be? They, on the other hand, didn't carry 2 toys like Bailey's going to. Okay, we're halfway up. Actually, we're not halfway up, we're halfway up to the start point. Beautiful views. Still some of my favourite views. Right, he's chosen to take the high road. I know why. Because we usually stop here and take a look at the prize on display. Little Hangman. The irony's not lost on us, because that is Little Hangman there, which is a tough gig. Great Hangman around the corner, a lot easier to get to. So, what looks like an RNLI lifeboat out there. Just doing the patrol, see if anybody's stuck at Pear Tree Beach, which they're not. So from Little Hangman you've got 2 choices: down this spooky alley, across the land. We usually take the spooky alley, which we nearly always make a comment, isn't it great going significantly downhill when you know your destination is significantly uphill? We'll just add another 40 or 50 feet of incline for no good reason. But we come down this way because it's lovely and cool along here. And obviously walk, I mean, gee, it is a lot further down than I remember. But it is nice and cool along here, which is good for Baby. And that's your other route choice if you're to come not spooky alley, meet at the same point. I think the building at the top there is Girt's farm, which I think we shall be on the second half of this walk. Right, we come all the way down that hill from memory. Some fantastic views, lovely photographs of Great Hangman, which I intend to top up today. I have them as screensavers on my computer, so I get a constant rotation of all the different places we've been to. Beautiful. Down to our favourite gate. Down to our favourite gate, even though we're going to go uphill. Here we are at Kissing Gate. Big push. Big push. Stick, stick, go. Stick, stick, go. As my old dad used to say, you don't have a dog and bark yourself. Although I will be closing the gate on my own. Okay, that corner is where we start moaning about Little Hangman and how steep it is. This is a little bench here, but that little corner just there is the access down to Pear Beach. But hopefully this camera angle will show you just what you have to navigate to get down there. You've got to be very determined to get there. And the last, I don't know, 20 feet, 10 meters is a near vertical rock face with a rope that you will let yourself down on. Not quite abseiling, but you'll definitely be pulling on it to get back up again. Ooh, right, okay, I'm gonna try and find a way to film this, but as you can see, well, it's not as bad as last year. You might be able to actually walk up where Bailey's going. So where I think I'll take the rope. Obviously I've got to leave you here. We'll meet you down the beach. I have a feeling it's exactly the same spot every year when I say to myself, I don't remember Little Hangman being quite as steep as this early on. But it doesn't change. Although obviously me and the Chunky are a year older. People on the summit. Whew, lucky them. Right, we have just met Elise's parents. Elise is 15 and Bailey's just done 15 kisses for the camera for them. We basically stopped to have a break because we were knackered and they seem nice enough fellas. Right, onwards and forwards. And you know it's steep when they build the steps for you, as they have here. He's back in front. I thought he was lagging, but he's now chosen to lead the way. Don't know who's panting more, me or him. Oh my lordy lord. Up to the signpost of despair. It's a rest stop. Little Hangman summit. Always have a little pause here. Always on the pretence that it is a magnificent view of the valley into Combe Martin and the route up to Great Hangman, and obviously finishing on the summit. It's a Little Hangman, but it also allows us to catch our breath. Okay, time to make the summit. Stick, stick, go! And we're off. The summit's just there. 2 ways up, left or right. You tend to always go left. You come in? Let's summit together, because then you can hear my breath. Strangely, I find this bit easier than the bit back there where I moan about getting taller every year. And there we are, the summit of Little Hangman, where the bench has gone. We are down and we are away, so that's 1 hour to go from Combe Martin to the top of Little Hangman, with stopping to talk to 3 separate people. Hoping to do the second half, which is longer but less hills, in an hour. We'll see. That for a lovely open sea. And of course, Baby Dog has now picked up his pace. No, walk on, straight on. We've never been that way. There's a gate there. But we've never been that way. Oh, the gate's open. We might have come through there once actually on the way back. A little bit of uphill into what we call a little spooky alley. A little bit of downhill, mainly so that you can go back uphill. Still going uphill. Still got a lovely view of the still sea. Still nice view. Still uphill. Beautiful blue skies. Lovely weather. Beautiful day. Back up front again now that you can see the hilltop. Likes to be the first to the top. Right, this is the muddy bit in winter. A little bit of shade, a bit uphill. Got the gate. And then the last stretch that leads you up to false Great Hangman, because you think it's Great Hangman but it's not. Hey ho. Right, Bailey has finished doing a performance, and we've added something to this year's performance. We took his collar off and rubbed it under his armpits. It was the stripper. For George's stag do. Yeah, that's the... Let's run. Uphill, obviously. That's up to the top of false Great Hangman. There is Great Hangman. Okay, so the Great Hangman is in sight. We've got one mini little peak here by the gate, and then the last summit, which is a lot easier than Little Hangman. It's more direct. Now, anybody doing this route should probably do it in the opposite direction to what I've done it, because look at that for a view of Little Hangman on a beautiful sunny day. There's not much better. We'll probably reverse it tomorrow. But I think it might be raining tomorrow, so you might not get this as good a view. More uphill, but with views. That's the path we take, all the way along there, along that hedgerow, all the way down that ridge, back home. Got to get there first though. The last gate before the Great Hangman. Lovely. Thought I'd give you an arty one as well with the gorse. Uphill, obviously. The Great Hangman comes into view. Okay, so he is a little slower than last year. Wonderful, wonderful views up here. It's a bit windy, which is nice because you've got a sweat on your forehead. Down nicely. And here is the cairn at the very top of Great Hangman. And I think I say this every year. My understanding is this is the tallest part of Exmoor. The hill over there does look taller, and that's, is it Hebden Mouth? We'll walk round as we always do. Out to sea. Yeah, Hebden Mouth down there. Hunter's Inn, lovely restaurant there, dog friendly. It's a nice little walk that. We've not been there from Combe Martin, but we've been there when we stayed over that side, over at Paracombe, which is what, 4 years ago now. Lovely. Yay! Downhill. Of course now Captain Slow has found his second wind. Alrighty. Up to the corner. Here he comes again, look. Just when I was about to show you him walking behind, we turn right here and we get to horse country and cattle country. Don't mind the cattle country, he does mind the horse country. We'll see how many horses there are and we'll see what direction he takes, because he dislikes them immensely. Right, head and mouth up to the left. Girt Farm, that's where we're going. Over this way, there is a campsite at Girt Farm. Anybody that wants to come here and visit, there is a lovely campsite with some fantastic views of both the valley and the sea, and some strange shaped trees as well, showing you the wind direction. I'll probably catch that on film in a minute as well. Stopped in his tracks. There's a horse down there by the gate, so this will be an interesting one for Bailey. He doesn't like horses, as we're about to see. I think this horse is going to come towards him. We'll film it because he'll just clear off out of the way, but the stye's there, look. So here we go, horse is coming towards me. Bailey will move off to the right. He is funny with horses. Watch, there we go. Ears back. I'm gonna make a run for it. Hello, matey. Hello. He's not your fan. He's not gonna like you. You gotta leave him. You gotta leave him alone. He doesn't like horses. Sorry for spinning the camera around so fast, but he is hilarious. I'll do the gate for you. Hang on, I'll do the gate for you. That's it, yeah, wait there. I can't wait to get out of the field. And he's off. He's not going to wait for me now that he's been spooked by the horse. Don't care about the sheep. He's off. The great thing about knowing your dog, he's in. The sheep are here, look, they're standing to attention, watching, but he's just scooted underneath them and around them. Avoided those lot down there by the fence. He's in his own little world, but in particular he's in the, I'm a bit miffed there was a horse in the way of the gate. So this is Girt Farm campsite to our right, just where this fence is. There are some peoples camping. And here we go. Hopefully we'll see the spindly trees on the other side. There they are at the far end there, look. Those trees. So Girt Farm, little Hangman in the background at the campsite. Right, little Hangman over there, and we are coming out of Girt Farm. It's pretty much downhill all the way from here, other than we have a little turning here where we go up left to go along the ridge line, but it's pretty much downhill all the way now. Oh, it's uphill, but it's on concrete. Right, those who follow my channel will know this is where in the winter this is so soggy. This is where I walk through puddles and just didn't care because I was completely wet. But you have some fantastic views to the right of Little Hangman, and it's still, I think, probably my top 3 favourite photographs that are on my screensavers on my computer. So he's had some water at Girt Farm. Not as much as I thought he would, actually, to be fair, because it was quite warm up at the Hangman. But he's got his lead back again, look. He's got his mojo, and he's emptying his bladder already, look. You might need that for later, mate. Right, I think up here is our photograph spot. Little Hangman and Combe Martin. So it's lovely and dry and sunny today. Look at the views you got just ahead of you. Beautiful. All downhill. Oh, lovely little views as we hit quite a steep bit. We'll do this route in reverse over the next 3-4 days. Probably Monday. I think tomorrow's going to be raining. I think we'll probably come up Monday morning before I go to work in the afternoon and see what it's like coming up this way. Coming down here, it's lovely. It's very easy, but I do wonder whether it is easier going up it than the up to Little Hangman. The views coming down from Great Hangman to Little Hangman are absolutely wonderful. So I wish I'd done that today because the sun was out today. It was beautiful. But I think next week we're supposed to have a heat wave again, so maybe we'll revisit it. But this is just all downhill from here. So I often wonder, how do we cope coming up it? Because we have done it in reverse, but I can't remember moaning all the way up this hill. Sure, I must have done. That's what I do for a living. Right, down the track to West Challacombe Farm, which itself has wonderful views of Little Hangman. And down to the spooky alley. So this is the most enchanting part of our walk, I think. So it's quite hidden away, quite hard to find. Certainly, if you've not got all trails or Ordnance Survey map, you probably won't find it. Lovely little brook. It's not even that wet in the winter, but it's so cool down here and quiet. And obviously it's shaded, so it will be still damp, even though we're in the middle of a heat wave and probably another drought this year. Lovely though. More of the beautiful spooky alley. I don't know if the camera picks up how dark it is along here, but this is the original, what we call a spooky alley, because coming here in October it's really quite dark. Coming here in July it is reasonably dark, it's cool, but this is where we came up with the name Spooky Alley, for any alley that has overgrown left and right and over. And it goes all the way down. It's a straight line all the way to Combe Martin. So it's obviously an oldie footpath of some historical importance, probably to get to and from a market. You can see where the house has been built around it, so we'll see that in a minute. There's a break. But then it comes right out at Hangman Path. So maybe it's connected to that. I don't know. I've never done my research on it. Hey ho. Come down here. There's obviously a path up to the field here. There's a private here. And that's obviously part of the hill that we've climbed up and over. We'll go through this gate into the village. Cladding on the outside of your brick wall at Perry Howe. So as I say, the path comes straight down, becomes this little road. Nice little T6 there. And then in the corner, goes straight on again. Here it is again. You might pick it up on the camera now, because we go from really light to really dark. Proper spooky alley, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Proper dark, but straight and cold. Lovely. Right, onto this lovely little path with the old forge, with his sculptures. There's an old workshop at the back here. Got a garden full of it as well, which I won't show you, but it's beautiful. And we are back into the world of the civilised world. So that's the end of today's dog walk. Lovely. Hope you've enjoyed. See you again.